Hi all. So, wow, there's a lot going on these days, astrologically and energetically. Gosh, can I have a witness here? Um, and actually, I tried to make a video last night, and I actually was going to post it with all of the flubs I did, and ultimately, this morning I decided, no, let me just give it another go and see how things run this time. So today, earlier today, there was a new moon solar eclipse in Virgo at the very, 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 very end of Virgo. 2 weeks ago, we had the full moon lunar eclipse. And at that point, I pulled a couple of cards. Actually, let me just hold them up. It'll be easier. Okay, these two. And it really felt to me at that point that this was this period between the solar eclipse. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I got this right. No. Between the lunar eclipse we had 2 weeks ago and the solar eclipse that we just experienced today, there was going to be a lot of introspection, especially with regard to how our physical reality would play out. I kind of feel in a very personal way, but certainly, of course, we are all influenced by what is going on in the world, in our neighborhoods, in the greater expanse of our human physical existence, and I loved that there's just such great focus. These cards felt like had the feel to me at that point that things were still a bit in the mists. That there are or were strong goals in mind and thought, but that this period between the two eclipses would be a point of trying to do deep reflection with regard to how to manifest and even what to manifest. I feel these past 2 weeks have indeed felt a bit like refining, tweaking the goal and refining the path. Okay. So now, how to proceed? This because there are other things that were happening. Also, it was. There's also. No, I think I'll do. Let's just. So, I used this deck, and I'm just going to pull a couple of cards for this current moon event that we have just experienced today. And the energies of this eclipse will extend beyond until, for about, they say about 6 months. So maybe just a couple of cards about the energies that have come to the fore as a result of our reflection during these past 2 weeks. Energies that we can think of as we move forward the next 6 months. Okay, here we go. I only have one card. Let's see how it all fits. Oh, wasn't that lovely? So we started with the cards of reflection, and then we finished this eclipse span with strength, which I think is a really lovely message to bear in mind. And it's deep personal strength. It's not strength it's not the knight in shining armor or the magic windfall of abundance, but it is the strength. I love how in the majors in this deck, it almost looks like a sun just blasting out the energy of the energy of the card. And it truly looks as if this big kitty is being so soothed. And indeed, the rays are shining to lend the strength. So while maybe in the physical you don't open an envelope with tons of cash or great opportunity, but you do get the love and light from the universe. Okay. So I think it's a really lovely way to complete this eclipse cycle. Now, the other thing we've been going through, let me just put these up so you don't know. Well, maybe like that. That'll work. Okay. Another thing we were going through recently was about the decans in astrology. Because ironically, and I know this happens every year, it's not like some craziness that this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing, but we were in Virgo, and I brought forth some cards that represented this period. So the Hermit for the sign, the astrological sign Virgo, and also the Magician for Virgo's ruling planet, which is Mercury, and the tarot correspondence is the Magician. Okay, so we have those. And then I spoke about the decans in astrology. So we have Virgo, Earth, down here, which was indeed the Hermit card, ruled by Mercury, which is the Magician. And the signs are broken up into threes, spanning about 10 days each. And so we were in the last decan of Virgo, ruled by Taurus. And so Taurus, also an earth sign, is ruled by the Hierophant. So we had this card. And the Ten of Pentacles kind of governs the last decan. And the ruling planet of Taurus is Venus. Well, this is a lot of cards. The third decan is really the culmination of the sign. So it is the and you kind of see that in the 10 here. You can see that in the 10, the culmination of sign of Virgo this cycle, in this particular cycle um, of experience. So one thing I wanted to mention, and I know the world's kind of a wacky place right now, and of course the Hierophant, you know, as being the card of Taurus, which kind of governs the third decan. The Hierophant is a lot about government, and there are some incredible shifts occurring. I was looking at this card recently, and I'm noticing the dove, a really tired dove, kind of just flapped out on the matrix of it all. I see this two ways. I see, number one, yes, the dove, the dove absolutely could use a bit of strength right now, but it's available. Yes. And I also see the dove not as a victim here. I see the dove as really trying to bring peace, bring rejuvenation, bring love. And I love that this card came out this evening. I think it really lends to the energy of just remaining focused, especially innerly focused on love and peace. Okay, not trying to be preachy at all. Now, we are the period of this last decan of Virgo extends from the 12th of September until the 22nd. Now, tomorrow is the 22nd. The next is going to be Libra. Here we go. So we have Virgo here, and we're just going to move into the very beginning of Libra. And Libra is the Justice card. And the ruling planet is the Empress. Move these over, sorry. There we go. So these are very nice cards. They feel definitely cards of growth. Let me pull this up here. So sorry. Oh my gosh. One day I'll get this right. Okay. Now, just like the last decan of Taurus last decan of Virgo is ruled by Taurus, and the ruling planet is Venus, and the corresponding card is Empress. I think it's beautiful and probably designed this way that we move in as we move into Libra. Libra's also ruled by Venus, so there is a segue. It's not like a skip. For those of you that remember vinyls, I'm speaking of music. You know, it's not a skip. There is a segue. So we have the Justice and the Empress. So the Empress had been lending energy to the last 10 days, and her energy continues into the next. So Libra is the Justice card, ruled by Venus, the Empress. The first decan is the Two of Swords. And Libra is ruled by Venus. So for this little section, we only have three cards. We have Justice, we have the Empress, and we have the Two of Swords. So what I'm seeing here, and again, I am going to put this up. I love that the Strength card. Oops, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. It does actually. There are no mistakes. I think the things that were in the mists, are now coming into greater clarity, and there is a sense of direction. And look, the dove is flying. I do believe, as the Two of Swords indicates, that there might need to be still some reflection and protection, not guarded, but guarded movement, carefully thought out movement. Anyway, I actually love how these kind of segue into each other. And I am just learning about this stuff. I just found it fascinating and really wanted to share. So I hope you enjoyed this as well. Let me just move these along. Oh my goodness. I will say the video I loved last night actually was a lot smoother with regard to using the props, but oh well. So I'm just going to kind of lay these out so I can see them in case I want to pick any of them up again and talk. Okay. Now, one thing I wanted to say about the decans is the first decan of any sign, it's kind of like the aces in tarot. That carries the purest energy of the sign. So that is, I think that's why we only had the three cards. I don't know. We'll see as we go through the wheel. But yes, so the first decan is like the ace, and so embrace the ace energy. I'm going to try myself, and we have this to go with us. Okay, so I want this isn't really just a moon energy reading. This is kind of a now energy, which is now is, it's something, isn't it? It is something. I am going to use this deck. It does give a here we go, you can see it on the box. It has a little bit of moon here, but also energy. And it's an oracle deck. So we'll see how we go. Maybe get a little more of a message for you and for all of us. Something to bear in mind during this period of transition. With regard to the the recent eclipse energy and how that will aid and guide us. And also this first decan of Libra, which will be here tomorrow. Oh, and then of course there's the equinox. It's all very exciting, right? So let's just, please, some energy to guide through all of these fantastic shifts, beautiful shifts. Let's see, do one more shuffle, see if something else comes out. Nope, that's all we got. All right. Oh man. All right. We have broken hearts. What does, well, no, what's this card? I swear to God. It is number 9. So just a little bit of a push until, to get through this period. I do like that the heart is broken. Look, it looks as if it had been broken at the top, but that part is healing. Look, it's kind of coming back together again. And perhaps just releasing what was too difficult to hold. There's no reason to believe that the entirety of this heart won't be healed and whole again. Okay. All right, well, let's see what else. I have this deck, Guides of the Hidden Realms, and since this is, we've just had the new moon eclipse, and that is a new moon, we'll do one of these, okay? Try to add to the message. This has a nice little saying in the box. It says, accept the sacred partnership of the guides and awaken to more than you ever thought possible. Your true path, your purpose, your power, and your potential. Truly things to remember. Okay, so a little more, please. Message for us during this time. Too much, but I have one that flipped, and I will just take that one. Well, this is kind of funny. Okay, we have ripe, juicy, and ready. Poised for success, potential waiting to be realized. Okay. It does, where is she? I think she's the Empress. Don't forget the Empress. The Empress has been the energy of the last 10 days, and she's here for the next. Yes, she is. And she's in the physical. The Empress is very, she's bringing it down. Okay. And I think that I will, this is not the card, as I said, people want to see. So I will just ask for one tarot card to clarify that. Something to bear in mind where that what that energy is really about, how it applies for us. I have the Empress, and I have one other card. The Queen of Cups. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Wow. All right. This is a hot mess here. Cards everywhere. Okay, last message. Keep it fun. We'll do a fun one. For the moon, cosmic energy, oracle cards. Just one last message. Oh my God. I have two. They're really pretty. And they're full of hope. Gosh, this is such Empress energy, isn't it? Divinity. Every moment is filled with divinity. Cherish it. And insight. Insight is the fruit of wisdom. Keep a learning attitude. Keep your heart open. And trust, I think, is our greatest strength. Yes. All right, people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for bearing with all of the technical difficulties here. And, yes, enjoy this next space and time. It's all good. It's all good. Bye.